Hello, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We are the Open Desk Podcast. We say it as we see it. We have candid conversations where we aim to bridge the glaring gaps between the parents, the teens, and the teachers. With your host, Miss Karendi and Miss Agnes.
journaling, as we know it, is one of the most commonly used self help tools that help many individuals in a variety of ways. For example, in emotional regulation, planning, and general personal growth. However, journaling is a great undoing to many teenagers. This is the Open Desk podcast where we explore ways of bridging the gaps between the teenagers, the parents, and the teachers. We are your host, Karendi, and
Miss Agnes.
yes, welcome as we journey together and delve in this matter where we explore how best our kids can do their journaling so that it's helpful instead of being harmful to them.
Yeah, true. And I
Yes.
think almost everybody does journals at the beginning of the year to plan for the whole year.
Exactly.
I think hata wenye hatuja goal set, yeah, I think the year is still young, we can still do it. It's just the first quarter of the year done, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
and so we need to know how do our teenagers journal, healthy or
Unhealthy.
And so let's get into it.
Yes. So the question here is journaling in its essence, what is it? You are a teacher of language.
Yeah,
So
journaling.
yes.
In our syllabus now, we normally say that it is a record of the experiences that you've had. They could be positive or negative. The memorable, in fact, the word is the memorable experiences.
Yes.
You do a record. But again, like we've said, it can be used for personal growth, for
Yes.
healing, and all that. And so we need to look at how do they do it. And I think kila mzazi amepata to teenagers, watoto I think hata tunaanzaga huko primary wako na tu vitabu fulani that they write, and it is so personal that wakirealize umeiona, it is a fight. In fact, there is one aliniambia ilionekana akachoma because they can't imagine ume trace ama umeread umesoma vitu zenye ziko hapo, na tujiulize kwa nini, what is there, how do they do it, is it appropriate, mbona wanaficha? Because again, if it is for personal growth, it is a good thing.
It is.
If it is healing, it is a good thing.
It is.
Then nini inakuaga hapo?
The question, the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room.
It is because usually they do it wrong.
Yeah.
Again, we said teenagers are basically just kids who are developing and growing and just growing a bit taller than your average kid.
Yeah.
They have not fully developed into someone who is able to make these very right decisions. So they tend to journal, but not for the right purpose. They tend to write their stories. Yeah. And I don't know for what reason we've come to realize that many teenagers, when they journal, they only want to record the negative things.
Yeah. What they say, all the negative things that they say. And like we said from our definition,
Yes.
it is a record of the memorable. And who said that memorable things zinafaa kuwa negative every time?
Hapo ndio tulipotelea na wao.
Hapo ndio tulipotelea.
Yes.
So wanaanza na zile za niliona. What they say, it is about niliona kukienda. It's like we've said, like it's the third party. What is happening? What is it that they see around?
And why is it that they choose only to write the negative things? You see, in their minds, when you talk to a few of them, they tell you that when they write a negative thing, they were told when you journal, when you write your feelings, you are processing them. You're helping yourself to heal. You're helping yourself to find a solution. But they don't go to the bit of finding a solution. They only leave the negative feelings there.
Up to the
and then
what
to
happened.
Exactly.
Yes.
And you rarely see a positive thing, because positive they imagine, this is normal, it made me feel good. But the negative I'm writing because journaling, they were taught it will help me process and deal with the bad things. But this one, it's not even helping them. In any case, it is doing the opposite of helping them deal with the negative emotions. So utapata mtu, as you're saying, I'm a list. yeah, from naandika dates vizuri sana,
vizuri
from
sana.
date 1st of January,
The day.
this happened, a bad thing. The other day they just leave it there, wanaipachika hapo, a bad thing. My mother and father fought.
My
2nd of
boyfriend
January
did this.
my boyfriend kissed my other friend.
Yes. They
Number
were
3,
talking. He sent a big up.
big up, yeah. Number 3, I don't feel very happy today. I don't know why I'm down. So you go through it. It is
just
lot
a lot
of
negativity.
problems. Exactly.
A lot of negativity, and that is not the work of a journal.
It is not.
It should help you again to grow,
Yeah.
to regulate your emotions, to feel better. It's kind of venting,
Yeah.
of una vent, una feel poa, because ushasema kitu una feel, una go through the process,
Yep.
una heal. But then hawafanyi hivyo. Kwa sababu gani? Number 1, we've said that they begin with what they see.
Yeah.
What others are doing.
Yes.
What I saw mom do. Mom and dad today, they quarreled in the morning. They were fighting. I saw my siblings, my sister did this and this, bought a new dress, akuninunulia, nalifa kuninunulia. My brother did this and this. My teacher did this and this. They were doing this and this. In fact, teacher ni kama nilisikia mkinisengenya. Mlikuwa mnanisema. So it is about, teachers are talking and they imagine that it's still about, I should journal that. It concerns me.
It's a third party issue. The ones you've listed is a third party issue. But I for some reason, I feel like it should be in my list of my bad experiences. Yeah. Actually, my journal, because there's no positive experience. So zimeekelewa hapo. And what does that do to them?
It activates again that part of the brain that is very active emotionally and very sensitive at this stage, amygdala. And so again tumesema prefrontal lobe is not developed, fully developed. So kitu iko developed in that part of the brain yenye iko ni emotional, for emotional sensitivity and all that regulation and so number 1, inakuwa ni kama kutrigger, inakuwa triggered, so inakuwa very active. And so after that, and we call that in psychology rumination.
Yes.
After it is triggered, then what happens?
What happens is now they start, because they are used to that cycle of negative. The emotion of feelings is that of negativity. Then they form an identity around pain. And that is where now I like the point at which you ended, that they are talking, people are kind of talking about me. I am not good enough. My parents hate me. My sister, you see now when she journaled, my sister bought a dress, didn't think about me, so my sister hates me. My mother and father fought because they don't like me. And so whatever that pattern of negative that is left there without being addressed or a solution being found, they start forming a perception around and an identity around pain. And because now our brain has the capacity to change or to do what,
to create kind of, is it kind of a path? So
a neural path based on the emotions that we mostly empower or think about. Our brain now shifts to forming, it's called neuroplasticity, whereby we make that our identity. All right, so they start knowing I am cursed.
I always fail, I always do that. And so I again, remember we began with they do.
Yes,
it comes to I do.
And is that accurate?
Happens.
Sorry,
it is not.
Is that accurate?
It is not. It was about them. It's
not about me.
How is it attached to I? So the story changes from they to I. And so unaona wanasema, teacher, mimi wanasoma sipitagi, mimi watu na fail, mimi hata nikifanya nini, mimi, because again, like we've said, brain ina grow. And so kitu ina grow ni kama kuunda kabarabara. Tunajua kwa ka forest, ukitembea the path mahali unapitia sana, hiyo ni kabarabara unaunda. Na so kabarabara tunaunda, huyu mtoto anaunda kwa brain yake ni ya negativity. Ana attach mimi because walipigana, mimi ni
ndio nilikuwa shida.
mimi ndio shida. Kwa sababu sistangu wako ninunulia dress akinunua yake, mimi ndio shida. Ama labda sikai smart na dress. Kwa sababu ticha alifanya hivi na hivi. Ama ticha ni mimi niko na shida. Ama ticha, again, it becomes all about negativity. Their brain kitu ina processing itu is how problematic they are, and they don't see anything positive about themselves.
Yes, and now that resorts to a lot of stress and anxiety. I remember when you talk about this, I'm reminded of a story of that is told of a boy whose mother was in a toxic relationship. And every time the mother would tell the boy that I'm here to protect you. And that boy decided, now what I'm going to do, because I'm the problem, my mother is here because of me, I'm the problem, I am going to commit suicide so that now I live and then my mother can now be set free. A very, very, very common way of teenagers thinking, because again, we've said they're not adults yet. They are people who are growing and then again adding a lot of confusion to the emotions that they have and this stage. So what happens? They become very stressed. They become very stressed. They start having what we call cognitive distortion. They start thinking that now they have distorted patterns of thinking. That now I am very anxious. My mother could be killed by my father. Please allow me to go home and save my mother from being killed.
In fact, it is many times you're told, teacher nisaidie na simu. What's up? I want to talk to my mom. Why? I don't think mom is safe. Why? Because this and this happening with dad. I need to know whether mom is safe. Teacher, again, I think I should go and save mom because this and this is happening to her. And do you think that they can concentrate in class?
Nothing really is happening.
Even if you get to a point where you reassure them that they are okay, in case anything bad had happened, mom would have called, we could have informed you. They have, no, I can't settle. Teacher nisaidie tu niongee naye, nisikie akiongea, nifanye nini? Nitatulia, nikisikia nikiongea na yeye, nitatulia.
So the mind is always around this danger. There's danger. And you know, this thing now is an ongoing thing. It is a roller coaster. So that even when you reassure them, they call mom is okay, they still go back and journal the story. Now today I'm feeling so stressed because mom could have been beaten to death by dad.
Or even after talking to mom, I felt the tone, mom's tone.
I'm not still sure.
And some, we've gone to cases where some have decided I have to fake maybe something is wrong with me so that I go home, and they think that they can be the saviors. And again, they note that they can still save the whole situation. We are not dealing with the problem.
We are not
dealing with the problem.
And remember, this is a teenager. The things they are worried about ni za watu wengine. And now hata wakifake that I'm sick and go home, the parent does not know. Ayuko aware kwamba huyu amekuja kunisave. Hata awaambi, because again ayuko safe. Now this thing shouldn't have spiraled to this far. If they journaled right, remember from the word go, if they journaled right, if mom and dad were fighting, if they got a solution at that point, mom and dad fought, okay, you didn't leave it at there, you continued and they got a solution, this wouldn't have happened. But journaling, the way it is being done by teenagers and being left hanging, it is an undoing. It just enables a lot of baggage that they carry, and a lot of distortions and a lot of issues that don't really need to get that far. So parents, do you have a conversation with your children around journaling, because it's being done? Ako kabook umemfundisha how to go about it. Even if you can't have, and realize most people who journal, especially the teenagers, it's because many times they feel like that's the last resort. They have no community of people they can speak to. They don't trust mommy, they don't trust dad. So what they do is self-help. Acha nitafute ile tuliamba mtu anaweza andika itamsaidia. So please.
And that is why for some, by the way, in some situations of even suicidal thoughts, and self harm. Tunakuja tunaambiwa ako kabook kalikuwa traced na beshte yake, and then they come reporting to teacher, kuna kanot nimeona fulani ameandika that they want to do this they are tired, they want to do this and because again ilifika mahali pale pa I'm helpless. Sasa at this point what will I do? And mama are fighting because of me, and I am not loved because my sister could not get me a dress. I am not loved. The teachers hate me because the other day aliniita akaniuliza why I'm not performing, and they think they attach that again to the negative thoughts that they have. And so zinabeba uto to notes to books tunabeba vitu mingi kwa sababu wengi wao most I think 99% of the teens have those notes. In fact there's one unfortunately I came across because she was not comfortable. It was grief. They lost their dad, and so they have been writing, dad, you are here, dad, I will see you, dad, this, I am not okay, this is happening. And you see they are not healing. They're just, again, it's the whole thing. They're not, at no point did I see acceptance of dad is not here. And I have to accept that dad is not coming back.
Yeah, they are still continuing to tell themselves a lie that they continue to believe. Yes. Because they are not processing. So they are not processing that emotion totally.
Yeah.
And so they live suspended in air.
Inaachiwa hapo, hakuna mahali pa reality. Inabaki hapo tu, dad utakuja, ukikuja tutaonana. And that is it. At no point are they writing, even in fact usikuona ameandika hata what she's feeling. It is dad, you will come, dad, you will do this. And you see, kama mzazi hatujui kama hizo vitu zingine zina happen. It is at that point that you get even to know as a teacher that they even lost, their dad is not there. Yes. And you have start a whole journey now for them to heal.
And becomes very complicated. And you see now when it's journaled, walishaambiwa well ukiandika uta-process. So they are waiting, they don't need to tell anybody. So they are lying, they are repeating a lie to themselves. It is repeated, it is believed. Alafu hakuna healing because sasa kama tumejano si njia ingine pia ya kusaidia ku process emotions. Inabaki tu hapo iko suspended. And therefore we have to teach our teenagers again to intentionally move beyond the feelings when they are journaling. I am feeling this and the other, correct, you are feeling that. But then again we have to go to step 2, which is the most important, that serves the purpose for journaling in the first place. So now that you're feeling this and that, what do? Then we try and now use this prefrontal cortex that is still developing. We try and teach them how to use it so that now they critically think around the situation to find a solution, and let them be taught that you cannot journal and leave it halfway.
Yeah, because we need to understand why writing is important.
Yes, why am I doing it?
Why am I writing? Because once you write, you activate 2 parts of your brain, amygdala and the prefrontal. And when you leave it at amygdala activation and the prefrontal is not engaged, we are not solving any problem.
We are not.
We are leaving it hanging. And so we have to be very intentional about how we do it, because both the parts of the brain must be involved.
You know the easiest one to involve is the emotional brain, the amygdala.
Yeah.
It is very easy to feel. I feel this way, and you leave it at that.
And it is very good at threat and fear.
Yes.
Again, it will activate the same way it activates happiness and all that. It is the same that activates fear.
Again we said the brain is so good at storing emotions and similar things, similar patterns that it knows in a match. When you experience something, it matches, it reminds you of the other one.
So if you
CPU. So if you start feeling I'm feeling very sad, the brain quickly matches that with other feelings you had kitambo of sadness. So zinakuja na brothers wake wote walikuanga storage. The next day I am feeling helpless. When else did I feel helpless? Wote wanakuja. What is that child doing to themselves? And so and then the saddest thing, mzazi akikuja aone mtoto anakaa vile anakaa, anamuuliza kitu nilichukia kuulizwa mbona unajifurisha.
Shida yako ni gani?
Hata unajifurisha, how can you, who thinks that it's very good to be sad? Like mbona unaulizwa, ushaulizwa mbona unajifurisha?
Yeah, ni kama uliamua ukachagua kati ya happiness hivi na kufura.
Mimi sitafurahi,
wacha nikasirike.
Lakini hata kukasirika iko inakutaka sana, ni wewe
ukajifanya. I mean, like, ulichagua na unajifanya to add to that.
I hope we don't do that anymore.
I really hope so.
Parents, I hope we don't do that anymore. Sometimes these kids suffer and they don't even know. They have no information about it.
And I think the best thing, one thing that we can do, tunaweza, unaona, these times they really are be in their rooms, wanajifanya wanasoma. Wanajifanya wanasoma. Most of the time inakuaga kuandika utoto vitabu,
kuprocess emotions,
kuprocess in quotes emotions. And so wakitoka hapa una realize badala kitoka kusoma akuje kuku excited and relax kidogo, ameshat ni kama tena amekasirika. Ndio hapo swali ya mbona unajifurisha, si ulikuwa unasoma?
It makes it worse. Anakimbia sasa ni mara ya 5. Now my mother is not understanding me, is judging me very fast. A small issue
escalates and inakuwa
shida. And it goes again, you've seen how it even goes to self-harm, to suicidal thoughts, to not settling, to stress and anxiety. And you know the long-term effects of all these things. So small things that sometimes we ignore. We said hapa wazazi, we are intending to be very intentional
and very candid. Let's have candid conversations.
Exactly, because these children have to be picked up. Again, they're not adults yet.
They are our children.
They are our children. Yeah, actually, kuna story ingine nilisikia shule. A child who has had very negative thoughts of themselves. You can feel there's a cycle ya kujiambia vitu aziko. Ushaiona wale watoto hata anakujanga later, when you really encourage, let's just have an open conversation. Hata sasa unawaambia sasa andikeni note basi munilete if you don't want anonymously. Unaanza kuona notes kama teacher unanichukia. Nikiinua mkono haunitajangi. You're like, oh my god. Where is this coming from?
You try even to trace back to this lesson. Alinua mkono. I intentionally decided. Sio wewe utawaijibu kwa klasi yangu.
Ami hata nishaiambiwa many times, teacher unanioneanga.
And that is very common. That is very common.
Alafu the question is why? Unipe. Yeah, so it's someone who is suffering from patterns that they have created. Negative patterns they have repeated to themselves until they are suspicious of things that are not even existent.
Some you just look at them. Teacher, kwani niko na shida gani?
Mbona unaniangalia vibaya?
Sasa hizo labda wewe hata ulikuwa unafikiria hata hukumuona. Nimekuangalia mimi saa ngapi? Walisha attach kuangaliwa hivi ni vibaya. Kufanyiwa hivi
is very bad.
Yes,
and I remember another one, Monyali. Teacher, they were not going to class, so the teacher, what was near the teacher? Ilikuwa kifagio. And because sometimes you have to really motivate them to go where they are supposed to go haraka akachukua kifagio akawatishia. Wewe twendeni.
Ile ya kupoint tu. Wewe twendeni class.
Alikuja, akaenda akalia class.
What was the reason again?
Teacher, ni kama anafanya uchawi. Kufukuza mtu na kifagio.
Ni kama wamewatch so many Nigerian movies.
But then again,
hali yoyote inatumika.
You see the negative patterns. They come from the weirdest of things, the strangest of things. You can't imagine that. Wewe, uliharakisha ukachukua kabla tusonge twende. Ni uchawi tena. And
again, unajua touch anything that happens to her, unajua tumerogwa. Nimerogwa.
Exactly.
Nimefanya hiyo ni uchawi.
Huyo ni ule mtu amezoea hivyo.
Hiyo subject ya teacher kwa sababu alishaturoga hata anipendagi. Na in fact kifagio ni mimi specifically.
ni yangu.
Ni yako.
Alitumwa kwangu.
Yeah, alitumwa kwangu. Na ndio maana usiku na feel this certain type of way.
It comes
Be a lot.
it can be a lot, and sometimes when like parents, when we don't understand history natoka happy, we become again very judgmental.
Yeah.
So we can sometimes see it comes from very small things. Now that tumesema they journal like that, now they leave things hanging. So what is the ideal way that we can teach our teenagers on how to journal, so that tusianze hizo drama zenye hazifai kufika hapo?
And it is at school and at home.
At both.
Yeah. At school naona kwa walimu wa Kiingereza again tusimalizie pale pa memorable experiences pasilabasi. We can extend an extra lesson and teach them. There's 3 steps. In fact, there are not many. Only 3
steps.
Yeah.
Very easy steps.
Very easy.
Yes, and the first one is the one that they have no problem doing.
That
Please
one
take
they're
us
so
through
good
that
at that.
Yes.
So number 1, they need to feel the emotion.
Yes.
And name it. What am I feeling? I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling stressed. I am feeling moody. I am feeling embarrassed. And so the first thing, situation wanajua kui-identify vizuri. This and this happened. Teacher alinipoint na kifagio.
Na inaachangwa
hapo. So tuende kwa, how did that make me feel? How am I feeling? I'm feeling hated. Right? That is the first step. Hiyo hatuwa blame. Wanaijua vizuri sana because watashow up akikwambia, teacher, I'm stressed. Teacher, I'm feeling sad today. Teacher, I'm feeling bored today. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu hii na hii na hii. But the major steps are step number 2 na step number 3 ambazo hazifanyiki.
And it's good to mention that as you do step number 1, that one of naming the situation and also narrating what happened to
the
situation and also naming the emotion, it's good to remind yourself before you journal that I need to be very honest with myself. Hata wale washazoea negative patterns, tafadhali you remind yourself, I'm being objective because I'm looking for a solution. No, there are people who are very good at lying to themselves. Like that one of daddy is coming and shut that thought of reality. So it is good we remember, we teach them to remember. Actually, parents can even do that a few days with them. It's good to remember you need to be very honest, to be very objective, to be truthful. If I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling bad. If I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good. And I need to name that exact emotion for me to be able to deal with it. If I don't name it properly, then I may be dealing with the wrong thing.
Because if we don't do it honestly and intentionally, we are not journaling.
Again. Sasa because tuna nemingi tunaacha hapo tuende kwa ile hatufanyi huwa hatufanyi. What do you do
now
to find the solution?
We need to think and analyze the whole situation.
Hapa ndio prefrontal
tuna activate tunafinya activation button
ya emotion sasa. We go to the hard part. We call it the hard part because not many teenagers will want to go through it.
And I think we can do a sample of how to go about it.
We start with the first part.
Yes.
All right. Let's start with the first part.
Okay. So that it flows, by the way. Sindio. Tuanze hapo mahali wanajua vizuri. Tuweke ka scenario kazuri. So that we
teach
go practically.
But we can first of all tell them the steps and then we do the example. So that they are sure.
Okay.
Right. Sawa. So the next part, you were walking us through the
so we were saying it is the part where you activate the prefrontal cortex. Hapo inafinywa activation button. This is now where you look at things in a different perspective. Again, this was dad and mom walikuwa na argue. Again, at that point, I felt it was about me. So, iangalie kwa different perspective na different angle.
Tutaenda kwa kuanalyze hizi na examples. So you think about it critically. Minus the emotion. Hapa sasa ni honesty inaingia. Honesty inaingia sana tukue realistic. Very good. And the third one is reflecting and growing now from it. You can never journal and live kama haujapata solution. If you have not reflected on what to do better next time so that you grow. You can't remain on the emotion, on the
The whole
feeling,
time.
on the feeling part. So
And
every time you have to close your journaling situation, you have to
at
close it,
at
and also,
reflection.
at reflection,
Mm.
and having given yourself
Mhm.
a reassurance that
Mm.
it is okay. I found this is the issue,
Mm.
and you name it,
Mm.
and you say the way forward,
Mm.
and you move on.
Mm.
And tomorrow when you journal, it is not from an emotion that you left hanging, it's a
Yeah.
fresh one.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it needs a lot of logic.
It does.
It needs a lot of logic. If you're just too emotional, it is not going to work.
Another reason why now we are emphasizing that it has to be taught to the kids,
Yeah.
to the teenagers, because their
Yeah,
logical part
it's
is not
not
fully developed.
Yeah.
Yes. So we can go to what you suggested.
Yeah.
Aha.
So
We do the practical one.
yeah, let's do
To
the
share
practical.
roles, Basi.
I am the student.
Okay,
Let me be the teenager.
I am the brain that is working very well to finding the solution. So I'm just going to give you questions that you should answer yourself very honestly. Okay. Okay, so now the brain that wants to find a solution in journaling, tuanze ya kwanza.
Now this is the intentional.
The intentional journaling that we need to do. The first thing we said is to
Feel and name the emotion.
feel and name the emotion. So these are the questions you'll answer. What happened today?
Let me pick a scenario.
Yes.
A normal one.
Yes.
Dad and mom today were kind of fighting. They were fighting. They argued, and yes, they were arguing. And dad, when I tried to separate them, pushed me.
Okay.
Yes.
You see how I am quiet? That is how you're supposed to silence your brain now from telling you other things that are not true. Una focus.
You focus.
What happened? Right. Then after the situation is clear like that, you go to the next one. The next question you ask yourself, what emotion did this situation evoke?
At that point, I felt helpless. Again, embarrassed seeing them fight. And hated. Yeah.
At that point, you hug yourself. And then you again need to analyze when the emotion was felt. So at what point did I feel the emotion most in that whole scenario? At what point did I feel those emotions? There are many, those emotions most.
I think at the point where I had them mention my name and dad pushed me when I was trying to separate them from the fight.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, and at this point, it is okay for emotions to run high. It's okay for you to feel like you want to shed that tear or two. It's fine because you need to feel the emotion. You need to name it.
Yeah.
So that you don't leave it somewhere in your nervous system, not at rest. And then after feeling, allow yourself to feel for a few 2 minutes.
Yeah, a few seconds. Then you pick yourself again.
We are not leaving it there.
Yeah.
I know sometimes it's very easy to want to wallow in that pain.
Yeah.
Na kuhurumiwa. We want everybody to understand what I'm feeling so that they come and address it for me. But unfortunately, our teenagers, nobody will.
Yeah. They need someone to pick them up.
Sometimes you have to pick. Most of the times, you have to pick yourself up. No,
all the time.
All the time.
All the time. Please pick yourself up. Nobody's coming to pick you up.
Let's learn that one.
Yeah.
Kabisa. There's a way they expect us to be inside the brain and understand and come and pick them up.
They think that you're always there to process them and imagine, anaweza kuwa na feel embarrassed. I'm there to still
I want to
handle
pick you.
it. No, we need to learn that we should always know that sisi tu tutajiokota hapo tu. Unajiokota,
unajidust ukienda sana.
Ukienda sana.
I keep telling them the Bible, there's a reason as to why it is said, encourage yourself in the Lord.
In the Lord.
Don't wait. It may not happen. And sometimes we are left there waiting for someone to see. That hopelessness and helplessness does not help. Now we go to second part. After we have felt and cried and wiped our tears, we go now to reflecting, where we are saying we need to think critically through the situation.
I think
So
we have skipped.
what?
We have not analyzed the logic bit.
Oh, sorry.
My prefrontal cortex is activated. I'm waiting for the
Oh, you have yeah.
yeah.
That is where we are. Yes. Just keep to
The student was keen during the lesson.
tuko basi kwa kufeel, sindio? We are feeling. Tumemaliza kufeel. The second one is na tukaname. Tuko kwa step number 2.
Number 2.
Ni kuanalyze or thinking about it.
Yes.
Okay. So now the key questions here are, number 1, is there another way that I can explain that situation that happened? Other than what I'm feeling, is there another way that that situation can be explained?
Maybe dad and mom were arguing over who would accompany me to school because both wanted to accompany me.
Okay, that's a different way of looking at it.
Yeah.
But what was I thinking at that moment?
I thought that they hated me because they were mentioning me in their arguments. And again, at that point that dad pushed me, I felt like, where tukutaki hapa, toka hapa. Again, could be I'm the reason why they are fighting.
But now you realize that there could have been another explanation for that.
Yeah.
Now that you've realized that, the last question you ask yourself is there a different way then to understand the situation?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. They love me. That is why they are arguing over ni nani hata nikumpeleka shule, ni mimi nampeleka, wewe last time ulimpeleka. Yeah. I think they love me, and that is why they were arguing over who to accompany me to school.
Yeah. And the last one now, after we have analyzed, nice. You see now there's a relief. Yeah. Because we are able to logically see it doesn't have to be necessarily what I'm
and the negative.
And negative.
Yeah.
It could have been so many
something
other possibilities.
Positive.
A million and one other possibilities. Right? So that now we go to the last bit, which is to reflect and to grow out of the situation now. Ndio tufunge. Tulisema tukijano, tukifungua, lazima tufunge.
Lazima tufunge na tufunge vizuri venye inafaa.
Na tufunge na solution.
Yeah, solution lazima.
Alright. So this is what you ask yourself when now you want to reflect. What did I learn from this situation?
I think there is always another side of every story. It doesn't have to be from my perspective. There's always another side.
Okay. True. You're really reflecting. And also you ask yourself, what is the one small step that I can take moving forward?
Maybe I can ask to get clarity before I jump into conclusions or making judgments. Yeah.
Oh. And how do you feel now that you've journaled like that to the completion, to now reflecting? You have narrated the story, named the emotion, then you've decided intentionally to reflect, and then you have also decided to grow. Yeah. So
I think
how do you feel now?
I feel better. I'm okay. One thing I know is that I'm loved. My parents really love me. If they can fight over who is taking me to school, hey, they really love me.
And so that leaves you feeling much better.
I am better
with a solution.
I am proud of my parents. The only bit is the argument. Yeah, that one, it's okay. And again, I learned that it is okay for people to argue. That is normal in life. Yeah.
Right. Now that is someone who has journaled the right way versus the one that we described at the beginning. So guys at home, parents and you and the teenagers, you can try this exercise together. With the issues that you've journaled and left hanging, you can try now, go all the way through the 3 steps. And going forward with the issues that you have as you journal, just have a guide.
Yeah.
So that now you don't teach your brain negative patterns, and then you go to learn helplessness, where you feel so bad, you feel always not loved, not wanted, and you stop trying.
And in fact, you realize that if it is unhealthy, you can be your own enemy. Like you can be the one You can be the one.
Again, and because you've learned those negative patterns and you are the one, you still find someone to blame.
Yeah.
You still look for someone to blame. Lakini you are the one.
You the reason for all that problem.
Yep.
But again, we learn every day, right?
Yes.
We learn every day.
We do.
We unlearn and
relearn.
Yes.
And move on.
And move. Yes.
And strive to be healthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be better. And
in conclusion.
Yes. Yeah. Can we learn to affirm our kids? Again, you've heard that so many of them do unhealthy journaling. Can we also be those people as parents, as teachers, be the one to affirm them, reminding them that they are beautiful? Think even to learn that they are beautiful, the self-love, that they are okay, they have the backup at home, they have a place to go. I got you. The fact that I got you is very important. And so you see, again, we need to learn that even the same way we create the negative neuropath, we can as well create a positive neuropath, yes. Right? And it is through the positivity and the affirmations, right? And so what it does, it is encouraging the positive self-image, confidence, yes. Resilience, that it is okay to go through all these things that I'm going through and still pick myself and still bounce back. That you don't have, unajua kitu ingine natufundishaga ni kwamba tunapitia, everybody goes through all these things, negative emotions and all that, but we don't leave it at that. Yep. We are supposed to always bounce back, and that is the purpose of journaling. Correct. And if we do this, everything will be okay. Yeah, I think will be fine.
You're talking about affirmations, and I'm thinking like, if the parents of my time, like when I was a kid, the parents I used to know, they hear in the internet people doing affirmations to their children, like you are smart, you're brilliant, you're going places, you're beautiful, you are amazing, you are blessed. Sometimes people would wonder, what exactly is that? Yeah. But there's a lot of science behind it, as we have seen. We try, as we just want to throw this disclaimer out here. Interacting with teenagers every day, you realize that they are very, very, many of them are very negative because they have not been able to learn how to handle that negativity. So affirmations, even when we hear them, sometimes they look like they're very small and they don't make a lot of sense. But they do. They do. Again, these are kids. They are learning, they are growing, they have so much to handle. They don't know how to express it effectively. They don't know how to process it and come up with a solution effectively. So what do? We help them. When we affirm, they start creating their identity around what is said by people that they look up to. Yes. And that is also they know that it is positive
and it is normal, and again, it is okay. Even when it is said out there, it's something that they know. I'm beautiful. I know I am beautiful because it was done at the right places.
Exactly. Yeah. And so even when they go to journal, they're not looking forward to go and write a bad thing. Yeah. Because they're not used to that.
They're not used to the bad thing,
but then again they process it to the very end, to the positivity that they are wired to believe that they have and they carry, and they can be.
Yeah. And so thank you for keeping it here at the Open Desk Podcast. Remember to like, share, leave a comment, and subscribe as you tell us your experiences. Again, tell us, what is your experience with the journaling? Have you been taught? Have you been doing it the right way? Has your teenager been doing it the right way? And so like, share, and subscribe.
Also remember to engage us. On all other social media platforms. We are the Open Desk Podcast on YouTube, on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. We would love to respond to your comments and to anything that you raise, and enjoy as you journal. Tell us also about your experiences journaling this way. Is it making a difference? And see you next time, guys. All the best. God bless.
Bye.